Mm. Welcome, Kijos, Arnoud, Dylan, and Slatan. And Wes de Vries. Good to see you guys. Room C incoming. Potentially, we are above the deviation threshold. So I think this can is likely to squeeze higher because a lot of people have been trapped with this high, and right now it looks a lot like a squeeze to me, where a lot of people are probably shorting this move again. So the people that got stopped right here probably saw this move above and went short again, and now again. And it's easy for price to just squeeze higher. And you can already see it kind of with how this is moving higher. So let's see. Next big level, if we push higher, is like 79.5, which is basically the 12-hour high. So you have that. Basically, this is the start of that liquidity. So this zoop, and then above here you have a big gap. So oftentimes this is like a lot of liquidity is resting at these levels. And then above it we have the single prints. So eventually I think price will move into that. Let's see if we extend it. Yeah, and then go there. I think we can already, I don't think we get the rim sheet. I think it's gonna squeeze already. Welcome, Astral. Be safe. Single prints are my new favorite thing. Yeah, they are very, very accurate. It's crazy. Okay, so regarding Bitcoin, we had the like yesterday evening when we did the order flow stream. There was when price was here, and then it didn't look really good. We were not in a POI. We did not tap any demand, and we did not have like a local tree drive or anything. But then the Trump he announced like a ceasefire or anything. Just getting tired at this moment from it. Eventually, that caused price to flip structure back to bullish here overnight, and then price has just been squeezing up strongly. And basically everything is just pointing higher. High time frame is bullish, low time frame is bullish, demand's in control. So that's why I've been pretty vocal about look for longs and not, or at least like don't long the top, but don't force shorts. What I think I don't know if it's just my timeline or just the people that I follow, but everyone is since like literally from the bottom looking for shorts everywhere. And the most painful thing is to push higher, and we keep doing that. And yeah, right now again, I can promise you a lot of people have been shorting this, and price is just squeezing higher. So a few things you can do for that. First of all, is just like look at structure. So from low up, you have low, high, low, high, low, high, low. basically this is your local structure, so that's just up. You see that you have like demand, push higher, demand, push higher, demand, push higher. So demand is clearly in control. And then you can also draw like your VWAPs from levels, like from here, or from this local low, or from like this low. And then you will see that they are all bullish. So literally it makes no sense to short, because it's highly against every trend. And then very locally we had a potential model 1, but since it was fully counter context, these are not the, like, these are very low probability trades, purely because you, as shared, this was our range today, then you would want to see accumulations. Accumulations have a very high degree to play out because they are in line with the overall trend. However, you not always get like the retest. So like today, we also left demand and the range low intact, but that's just part of the game. What you should not do is to then, because you missed the long or are not in the long, start shorting stupidly. Then you get wrecked. Right now we are squeezing, so this range was just another accumulation, push higher. If we come back, it can be a rimsy, but yeah, it's now it looks to me is like shorts getting squeezed, and that can often just continue to go on till you hit the level, and then this is like dangerous price action because you are creating a lot of sell side liquidity as well below you. But more often than not, price just squeezes higher, higher, higher until it hits the top, and then you can get those super violent moves lower. So be careful trading this. I was a little bit scalping, so you can know what I did. I took a short and a long. Like, I don't advise to do that. It's complicated stuff. But I was seeing this local model 1. And then price go lower with some trapped longs. So I knew if this is going to play out, the invalidation is super clean. So that's that high right there. And then target is just the range low, like a quick 2.7 R. But while I went short, I also went long directly afterwards. So I also took a position around here with the stop there, and then ran that up. I'm already out of the position because I didn't want to be in the stream during that position, which I closed around 2 right here, so 2R. So this is like pretty next level stuff. But I knew like if the one of the two is gonna work out. So either the model 1 distribution and then you have like a 2.7R, or you get the squeeze and then your squeeze potential, I will not be surprised if this squeeze is higher to like 4.5R. But I don't want to be in a scalp position during the stream. But yeah, the long is now playing out. So that was again like a 1R loss, 2R win, so plus 1R. Beside that, no trades on my side. And right now I'm also not really interested in new trades. This range can be deleted and just watch it from this horizontal right here. And then let's see, did we create a demand? Yeah, so we have demand right here. We have the single prints below. And also some hourly demand. We have some cleaner demand. Is this a sell candle? Yeah. And then some demand here. Demand. So for BTC, basically the two levels I'm keeping an eye on is to the upside, reactions from those single prints. If we come back down, watch this potential RIMC, but we should hold this demand because directly below that demand is all this liquidity. So if this demand fails, then it's going to be a very quick move back to the lower demand. And that are basically my levels where I'm interested in watching for the reaction, but this is all, like this is a nice range. My edges in the ranges or in like clean RIMC and then getting structure in the RIMC, but this is not a super clean RIMC. So main PYs is like above there, locally right here, and then the demand we front ran today and the single prints below. So just a lot of different levels. But overall, this looks, yeah, typically Bitcoin, the moment it starts squeezing, it squeezes pretty hard without giving the obvious entries. But eventually it will cool off again, and then we can look for new high probability trades. But yeah, the overall bias to remain bullish and not be overly bearish continues to play out because we keep making new highs. And also according to the statistics, higher still is most likely for late in the week. So even if we come back down here, still looking for a higher low for a higher high then. Welcome Matt as well. So let's see what the order flow is showing. Like just healthy uptrend. It's, everyone's shorting right now is getting squeezed. And also here, like price is going up, open interest is going up, CVD is going up, spot buying is going up. So that's just very bullish. It's only getting bearish if like open interest keeps going up, CVD keeps going up, but price does not go up. But right now, everyone that is buying, market is doing the same as the indicators. So that's just very bullish, therefore a strong trend. So be super careful with shorting. I don't know why everyone is bearish. This looks pretty very strong. And then you can also, like if we are trending, what I like to do often is to put on the super trend and then just see which one is the strongest. So let's delete the, like here, the 10 minute, for example, she started from here and has been basically support all the way. So also if we come back down here, this is just the local trend right now. If that starts to break, that can be your first potential signal to look for short. But for now, there's literally no reason to look for short. Even 5 minutes might be even tighter. But until that breaks, this is just a super strong uptrend and you don't want to short against it. And then the same is true for USDT. That one is just breaking lower and is in that bigger range with the 1, 2, and now giving that super deep retrace. So it could still go into a model 2 right here, but then it has to stall and then form like a range here and then go higher. But the way price is now going down, looks more like this can be the model 1 idea. And then look for the potential reversals if we make a new low. So I have my alerts here in this local. This is like extreme demand within that wick. And then for the new low for model 1 accumulation and the local supply here for to see what the reaction there is. Let's see what is ETH doing. ETH is also just squeezing higher. like missed this. I totally forgot about this. Like basically local model 1 into model 2, which formed the good bottom again. So this is like the absorption lows we have been talking about. 1, 2, 3 going over into a model 2. So that was pretty clean bottom. And from there price has pushed higher. And right now going back towards the highs. This is the extreme supply. But also for ETH, everyone is looking at the distribution, totally ignoring every market structure, it seems, because market structure remains bullish. So this is also, like this is all local buy side liquidity, and price is already taking it. So this can also very quickly squeeze, taking out all that liquidity. So for ETH, I had my alerts in the demand, but it just front ran it, even this demand. That's just part of the game. Biggest mistake you can do is to start chasing it and then take a loss and then start doing dumb shit. Yeah, like nothing to do here for me. It's just squeezing. PY is if we take out these lows into this imbalance and the demand. So now it's just a matter of staying patient and wait for weakness, which is either like a clean 3 drive like this and then a break, or just a range formation, or like longs are still the high probability play, but cannot long here. I need to get some structure. But yeah, I think this looks super bullish. Yeah, what Kijo is saying, once BTC has settled a bit, hope these some alts catch up. Could very well be the case. Like for ETH, this is the potential distribution range, but it's all potential, because if we look at just structure, there's all been all the way. Check high, high, low, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high. This is basically kind of an SFP. So this can just be continuation of the trend. It could still reject around here, but then you want to see the weakness. And what we are currently seeing is the opposite of weakness. This is just strength. So waiting for some clean, can watch for this. Tao is doing nothing, basically still in the same range whole week. So yeah, you're waiting for extreme discount to see the reaction, or watch for tap 1, then maybe come back, and then tap 3 lower high, or the model 1 for model 1 distribution. Or if the market starts to get bullish, then we can watch like what's the deviation threshold. It's a red line right here. So in case price starts to push higher like this, comes back, and then flips like above that red line, then that's a sign that this was potentially the range. This is the initiation, and we can look for a retest and then continuation. But that fully depends on what the reaction will be in this supply, and if we can break above the range. For now, it's yeah, it's just ranging. So nothing interesting. Alerts are set. What is hype doing? Yeah, like this was the local range. So broke a downside, took quite a lot of sell side liquidity, but still has some lower. So this is just in between. Still super interested in a retest of this level for shorts. And the good thing is that like hype has been trading for a long time fully independent of the rest of the market. So we don't really have to care what BTC is doing or what alts are doing. This is just living its own life. So still seeing it the same, where this was our range height deviation. And that I want to see, or most likely outcome, is like retest, reject, and then go back to the lows. So currently a bit in the middle of nowhere, with like liquidity below plus that demand. And above we have like this big imbalance with supply, which is the range high. So just waiting for this level to be hit, or for lower, or to form like a clean range. But currently this price action I can't do much with. We can watch what happens after this high gets taken, because that's also always like a POI. We have this local buy side liquidity, and then this big imbalance above it. So what price sometimes likes to do is to take that liquidity, tap into that FEG, and if you then get like weakness, that can also be like a short. So I have my alerts just waiting for them to be hit, but the highest probability would still be to tap into these levels. What's BTC doing? Yeah, squeezing. So yeah, hype, clear, ETH, BTC, not much to do right now. Oil is also not doing anything, and oil is not even like you would expect with the news stuff that oil would react on it, but it's basically doing nothing. So seems like Trump's cards are pretty dead right now. And gold has been unfortunately not giving that short I was looking at right here, but instead made like this local 3 drive, which was already the lower high it seems. And squeeze lower, tapped into some imbalances right here, plus demand, and now squeezed higher. But this is not, like I cannot trade this. This is not my edge. So what I want to see is like either come back to the low or maybe form like a new range here by tapping the mid range. Like this. Then we have the one at the lows, the one at the highs. And if we then start to, for example, distribute, then that can give a new short. But beside that, this is just yeah, waiting. So I'm not really interested in trading gold. Same is true for like S&P has been not my interest for quite a long time. To me, this is just a same as an illiquid meme coin. And silver, I'm watching for price came back into this demand here and bounce from it. So it is still around the high time frame mid range with a lot of sell side liquidity below and buy side liquidity above right here. So I don't like the POI that much. But yeah, I can watch what happens. I have an alert in this local demand. But overall, I don't like the commodities at the moment. But that will return because gold has been trading super clean. Just waiting for like a range or a 3 drive or anything. And then it's tradable again. Is there an explanation for hype being different? Well, I think hype, it has been the only coin which has been the the hype. Like last cycle you had Solana, you had a lot of different altcoins that had a lot of mindshare. And this time it's like only hype. So it seems like hype is just positioned differently from the rest of the market. Like you have basically Bitcoin is leading, and then almost every coin beside that is just following Ethereum and like just a little bit Bitcoin. And yeah, I'm not 100% sure what the direct difference is, why hype is moving like on its own, just living its own life. Maybe because the market maker behind it is hype itself, and they have like a lot of revenue, which is also driving the price higher because they buy back a lot of their own coin. So I think just the dynamics behind it are way differently compared to the rest of the market. All the other altcoins are basically just algorithms that follow BTC price action. Like right now, BTC is selling off a bit, and you already know ETH is doing the same. And literally every altcoin is literally doing the same. And for hype, it's different because there are a lot of buybacks, a lot of continuous buy pressure. So it's almost one of the only coins trading independently from the rest of the market, which is pretty unique to see. It's not something you often have. Yeah, beside that, I don't have much to say. Gold, oil, like the commodities don't have my interest at the moment. Probably not for the rest of the week. And BTC is interesting, but it's either very low time frame scalping, or I'm just waiting for a new range to be formed. Right now we are in a squeezable territory. Institutional involvement, TradFi on-chain. Yeah. Yeah, also TradFi, like hype with their oil perps and things. It's massive. It's even bigger than their crypto perps. So a lot of institutions are also trading on hype, therefore driving volume and the buybacks and stuff. So a lot of different dynamics moving prices up and down. But I really like it because that's why I don't trade altcoins that much, because they are just the leveraged Bitcoin. They just follow Bitcoin 90% of the time, but then less predictable. So I don't see the advantage of altcoins. Yeah, I don't know. Are there any questions or any coins you want me to look at? Because for me, this is where I need to remain patient and not start trading purely to trade, because that's where you get wrecked. So I know where what my edge is, and it's just ranges, and almost a lot of my trades are actually very similar. And right now, that's not the case. So then I just remain patient. I took the little short, took the long. So 1 hour up today, which is fine. Just waiting for a better trade. Very locally, like just bullish into proven otherwise. So much to say. PS, silver, unlike gold, still has that crazy all-time unfinished candle at $80. If it stays bullish, it could be magnet for sure. No, that was a glass that fell. Let's see. Unfinished at 80.7. Oh, that's this one. Let's mark that out. Unfinished. Yeah, that's oh, that weekly is also unfinished. So with unfinished weekly and unfinished daily. So yeah, that's definitely also 18-hour, 12-hour, 8-hour, 6-hour. Even a like weird gap here. 4-hour. So yeah, that's definitely acting as some sort of a, or at least a good magnet. But let's see. Yeah, like structure is still basically down. like this. So can watch, but I want to see some form of a range or a market structure. For now, it is still not a range. So maybe like you can always pre-plan a bit what can be a range to work with. Like this could be start of the range. If we come down and then get like a sweep of the low with a market structure break, then that can be a long towards here. But I need some form of something to work with. And right now this is not the case. Yeah, and basically the same is true for most of the coins I'm watching. So no trades most likely today. So waiting for the alerts and then see, Slatan, would you be interested in the 15-minute RIMC here on BT if we get it? No, not really. Because what I don't like too much about it is all this sell side below it. And we only took like how to explain it? It's like this was our range right here. But price only took the low. It made the low and it never took it. So it's not a super clean range. It's more like we broke out of it, but also a lot of sell side liquidity below it. That's what I don't like it that much. Because you can still watch for it, definitely. But like this demand is absolutely key. Because below that demand, there's only liquidity. So if this demand fails, then you can very quickly go to this level, and that is a bigger POI. Like this was like a cleaner, strong impulse up, then retest, and then continue. And this is more like also like we are above it, but I don't know how to explain it too much why I don't like this one that much. Mainly because of that sell side liquidity directly below it. Can watch what is the volume profile. Yeah, also here like the POC is right here. But retesting that would mean that you already start losing demand. And then likely, like the risk of getting a reversal is big. Only way I would be interested in it is if we, like maybe here get like a local range. And then get something like this. Where we basically have range and then a range on top of it with like a local accumulation and then get that higher up. But right, I would not blindly trust this, for example. Cool. PO3 for shorts. Yeah, I don't. It can be like if this demand fails, then you likely go to here. But I think that everyone is looking at shorts. I wouldn't look at shorts because you are going against every trend. So if you want to do that, it has to be super clean. This is like a low probability PO3. Like high time frame, low time frame, every demand, everything is bullish. So I think 90% of the people are now looking for shorts, but they get squeezed over and over. And the most painful thing is to be part of the squeeze. because the higher probability shorts are up there. So I want to see weakness there. Then I'm interested in potential shorts. But I don't think this is a PO3. I think everyone is looking for that, but I would expect this more likely, the RIMC. Well, if there are no questions, then I think this is it. Sometimes there is not a trade. And this is where most people go wrong, because they feel like, oh, I missed this move, but there is no missing. Like, only if there was a clean setup, that is a missed trade for me at least. But seeing price move far away and then thinking, oh, I need to compensate for missing out, does not make sense. It only drives you insane, because then you can start taking trades that you normally would not take. And then often, instead of compensating for the missed move, you lose again, and then it's like double fucked. So don't let price action make you feel like missing out. The only thing that matters is if your setup is present or not, and then execute. But here, like, maybe this could have been a long, but also not really. There was like a local sweep right here. Like, this could have been a long. It seems. Let's see. Was that yeah, this was like kind of a 1, 2, 3, but a very hard one to play. So yeah, not really a good setup. I don't want to be discreet, I want to be discreet. Yeah. That's the better part. None of those range demands gave a retest. No, indeed. So we can still watch if price does that. I really like this demand, because we have that this liquidity above it. So price can, if it falls below this demand, then it's a really quick move into this demand. And then I want to see either a reaction from this level, or like a little lower where we tap into these single prints and then go higher. Like, main POIs right now is the single prints above and below. So let's see how that looks on the, like, here is the single prints. And on the high time frame, for like here, we have some poor highs right here, and then just above those single prints, which is basically this box. So purely based on that, the highest probability is here to look for trades, or for here. Basically what happens in between, yeah, could be a scalp, but beside that, low probability trade environment. Okay, then I want to thank everyone for tuning in. I'm just gonna wait for my alerts to be hit, and if I see something, I will share it as always. But for now, not super interested. Let's see if is this hourly structure on ETH? Like, if ETH breaks below this and hold, you have an hourly structure break. That would be like the first sign of weakness. And beside that, this is a POI, basically the start of the liquidity trail, which is the last level where the distribution can make sense. Basically 1, 2, 3. If that fails, then this squeezes much higher. So thanks everyone for tuning in. Then I'm gonna clean my room, but because a cup of coffee fell on the ground, so time to clean it up. Thanks everyone, and I see you guys in the Discord as always. Cheers.